tractor was a replacement for a mule, right?
Right. It was the replacement for the mule. So, and you had to feed that mule, and you didn't have to actually feed this thing. You put a little gas in it and a little oil, and that was it. And then with a mule, you had to work for.
Had to feed the mule.
Had to feed the mule. Yeah.
Had to brush him down at night.
Right.
Had to get him all set to go for night, and then they got to get him up in the morning and get his feed
him, and then
water.
Water him and start all over again.
Yeah.
And at dinner time, you had to feed and water him again.
And you could probably, with this thing, you could probably plow 8 or 10 acres a day.
Or more.
Or more. 15 acres a day.
Well, yeah, probably.
And get that all plowed out. And the mule, it would take you.
It'd take you all day to do it. You could walk. Grandpa said you could plow with a mule. You could walk or you could step over it in a day. In other words, you didn't have 3 foot. That was in a 4-acre field. You was going round and around.
Yeah. But even this tractor now, what it would do in 3 days, you can do in 3 hours now on one of these John Deere thing, 8-row.
That 8-row John Deere. This is a 2-row. So when this tractor went to the other end, you had 2 rows. Well, you got 8 rows on that John Deere.
So you're moving 4 times
the
work.
4 times, and you're going about that probably 4 times faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
You going
it's
faster.
Just moving it down the road.
Moving it down the road, yeah.
Yeah. But this was the best thing you could get back in 1950, huh?
Right.
This is a 1950.
52.
What's the model?
It's an 8N.
8N 1952.
What they call Ford. A red belly because it was painted red.
The red belly Ford, famous.
That's the
famous red belly Ford.
Red belly Ford.
A lot of us learned to drive actually on a red belly Ford. I did.
The most up-to-date Ford tractor at the time before they come out with the next year was the Jubilee.
Yeah.
It had the overhead valve in it. And this has still got the famous Ford flathead motor in it. That's the 4-cylinder motor. Ford had they had a 6-cylinder and a V8 in that 4-cylinder flathead motor, and they wouldn't change. All them other companies changed the overhead valves. It was a better deal.
But you still use this to run your garden and everything.
Yeah.
How about crank it up so we can just hear it? Just hear it. And then I'll crank it.